Hi y'all, I'm Shannon O'Hara, and this is another little extra video tidbit for the Conscious Sexualness telecall that I've got coming up. So I've also talked about sexual consciousness in children a bit, and now I want to talk about sexual consciousness in relationships. Dun, 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 dun. Right, because this is the area where so many people have so much confusion, so much disability, so much insanity, and it's like, have you felt at total peace? Have you ever had a sense of total peace with a sexual partner? Have you ever had total peace with you sexually? And so we begin the conversation to direct towards that operative. Total peace with you sexually and total peace with a partner sexually. Sex and relationship are actually two separate topics, and they so oftentimes get glumped together. A lot of times people think that if they're copulating, if they're copulating, then they're in a relationship. That is actually not so. You can copulate, you can have amazing sexual expression and experience and exploration with somebody without having a super dynamic relationship with them. And you can also have a super dynamic relationship with somebody that you do not have dynamic sexual interactions with, right? And so we have to start to begin to look at the two topics separately to get totally clear. So the conversation about sexualness will be geared more towards that, more towards how do you actually open up and totally receive the magic that sexual possibility can be. And then also clearing and untangling the areas where we shut down or we confuse ourselves or we make things more difficult than we need to be or than they need to be by misidentifying sexual possibility, sexual exploration, sexual intimacy, and sexual expression as relationship. So if you can get more clear about what your reality with relationship is, what would it take? And more clear about what your reality sexually is, what would be possible? And what could you receive sexually that you maybe haven't been able to or willing to before because you had sexual receiving confused as relationship? Okay? And then also starting to ask your body what kind of sexual partner it desires. And then starting to recognize the places where you go into form and structure and significance and other people's points of view about what is possible and isn't possible sexually, and what's appropriate sexually and what's not appropriate sexually, and where you've been judged sexually and where you've judged others sexually, that eliminates the receiving that your body has available to you. So everything that doesn't allow you to receive more of the sexual energies that your body has available to you, will you destroy and uncreate all this? Right and wrong, good and bad, all nine, pod, poc, shorts, boys, meons. And what sexual potency are you refusing that you could be choosing that if you chose it would change your whole life? And so everything that doesn't allow that, destroy and uncreate it. And what would it take and what would it be like if we could actually start to create the possibility of each and every one of you having the sexual potency and the potency of the sexual energies that, when used in conjunction with awareness, consciousness, question, presence, begin to be the catalyst for changing all reality. And I don't mean that in a light way. I mean that in an ultimate way. So it's like anything that isn't working in your body, it isn't working in your life. What if that's a refusal of sexual energies? What if your money problems are also a refusal of receiving of sexual energies? So what energies of desire have you been refusing or rejecting or avoiding that if you would have them would request everything that you desire in life to come into existence? And how many sexual energies are involved in that receiving? So you can see how this becomes a very complex, very big, very dynamic conversation. And of course, it is only for those who truly desire to be more of everything that they be. So please join me for the conscious sexualness exploration. And what will we discover? What great gifts does your body have to offer? And what consciousness do your genitals possess that you maybe have not begun to access? Thanks, guys.